Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jen and I talk about things on the internet and react to videos. Today I want to talk about That Girl.
We've all heard of That Girl. Now, she is not your average girly laying around on the couch doom scrolling social media. No, she is that girl. She has her life together and everything she has and does is aesthetic.
Now I think That Girl is the new basic bitch. Hear me out. We are a generation of titles and labels for everything, and it's not just recent, it's been always. From hipsters to indie to emo to grunge to preppy, there's always been labels. Now the 2020s have been about cottagecore, princess Pilates, clean girl.
You know those girls that always look clean, their skin is always glowing, their lips are always glossed.
And even old money.
The old money aesthetic is all about understated elegance.
And the newest one I've heard is messy girl, messy aesthetics, which we'll touch on that later on in this video. But the real focus here is basic. That girl. I think That Girl is the new basic. And if you don't know what basic is, you might have just missed it. Maybe you weren't basic. But basic, back in the early 2000s, you would hear the term basic a lot. Now, picture a basic girl is someone who dresses in leggings, drinks their pumpkin spice latte, goes to yoga, does Pilates. Does this all sound a little bit familiar to That Girl? So let's just dive into where basic came from. Basic has been used for years. Basic sort of got brought back into like mainstream media in 2009 from a comedian, Little Duval. Duval? I don't know how you pronounce it. And then from that sort of point forward, it was mentioned in music videos, social media. It became very mainstream. This was a very popularized slang term back in the day. You would see it on Tumblr. You would see it in Pinterest. You know, the basic aesthetics. Basic isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying being a basic bitch is a bad thing. Basic is pretty much like you will find a friend group because generally it's girls who are basic, as society would like to say, you will find friends. There's a lot of basic girls out there. But I think it's just been rebranded to That Girl. Now, let's dive into That Girl. That girl is a girl that has it all put together, has her morning routine down to a T. She has a nightly routine, she has her yoga, she has her fits, she has her Lululemons. You know, that girl is meant to be the epitome of a girl who has their shit together. But doesn't everyone inspire to be that girl? So doesn't that make that girl not so special? And that girl would mean that we're all very basic? So let's just compare. In 2010, a basic girl would have skinny jeans. And that girl would have baggy jeans. A basic girl would have an oversized white t-shirt with a V-neck. That girl would have a little cropped baby tee and look all cute and sweet. In both eras, Ugg boots were a necessity. Back then, they were normal. Now they are platformed. Regardless, I'm not opposed to either. I love my Uggs and I don't care if that's basic or if that's that girl. Don't care, I love my Ugg boots. But I just don't want to pretend that that girl is anything special. That girl is like you or me. She's just the new basic and there's nothing wrong with being basic. Basic is having your iced latte now instead of a pumpkin spice latte. Like, I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves. We're nothing special anymore, guys. We just follow trends and just put a new label on it. I just think we've rebranded, which isn't abnormal. We tend to do that. As humans, we rebrand everything. We just put a new bow on it, make it in a pretty package, sell it to the consumer and people buy into it. That's just all it is. So I don't think that girl is that girl. I think that girl is basic. Not that there is anything wrong with being basic at all. There's nothing wrong with it. You like what you like and you do what you do. And if that's what everyone else does, so be it. We're all human. Which brings me to the topic of messy aesthetics. I have never heard this slang term, label, whatever you want to call it, before in my life. And like, it's on TikTok, it's on the internet, it's on social, it's a thing. And a messy aesthetic is now the new grunge, which I'm all for. I've always been a punk girl, grungy girl at heart. That is my comfort, that is my thing. But I don't want to be called a messy girl, a messy aesthetic. Life is a bit messy. I'm not messy. I'm still quite like, what's the term? What's the thing? What's the thing I'm thinking of? I'm high maintenance, as some would say. I'm a high maintenance, messy girl. I don't know if that's a thing, if the girlies are using that anymore, but that's what I am. I am a grungy, high maintenance girl at heart. So when I hear the term messy aesthetics, I don't relate to that. I don't want to be that. Why is everything an aesthetic? Why is everything an era? Why? Why do we label these things? That's what I want to really know. I think the new messy girl aesthetic is now rebelling against sort of clean aesthetics and that girl, because I think once you've been in a trend for so long, naturally people tend to rebel and go the complete opposite. Hence why we've been seeing more mob wife aesthetics lately.
Mob wife aesthetic is in.
People are going back to the sort of dark and grungy trends now. We're sort of out of our Hannah Montana era into our Miley Cyrus wrecking ball.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Which isn't a bad thing. I think we all are kind of done with the slick hair and the Pilates. Not that I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. I definitely think it will always be here, and it will always probably be a good thing for people. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's funny how we've gone from basic bitch to that girl. That we're so special that we're now that girl. I could be just talking out my bum. I could be completely wrong about this. I just think that girl is not anything special, and I think basic bitch is what we all are still at heart. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But what do you think about that girl? Do you think that girl is the old basic bitch and we've just repackaged her? Let me know your thoughts on this topic. Are you a basic bitch? Are you a that girl? Are you messy, grungy, whatever you want to call it? What do you think about all these labels that get thrown around? I would love to know. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.